This is Duro. Duro is a wizard, and his family banished him because he chose to wear an earring and have this terrible hairstyle. He spent days traveling the universe searching for his new home. He went to dungeons to attempt to kill himself through combat, but he always defeated his enemies. He even went after a massive ass maggot that spat nuclear waste onto him, but he was also able to defeat it. After many days of suicidal behavior, Duro came across a world where intelligent life used to exist on. There were ruined buildings surrounded by beautiful nature, and he decided to make this place his home. One ruined building will be his headquarters, while the rest will be demolished so he can use the resources to repair that ruined building. During his travels, he managed to collect a variety of valuable tools, so the demolishing process was relatively quick. With an exception for this rock. This ancient rune rock was difficult to demolish because it came from outer space, possibly even from Robert Jonesy himself. When he began restoring the house, he noticed how the roof was originally very high and steep. Duro didn't want none of that shit, so he removed the roof tiles and created a completely flat roof. He likes modern design, where houses look like cubes, because that is art, and while nobody understands art, they respect it, so he assumed others would respect him because of this design. Once the roof was finished, he wanted to inspect the situation inside the house, and as he was approaching the door, he felt a very bad smell reaching him. As soon as he was in the house, he realized that it was so dark that the house itself became the insides of a person's ass. He tried to fix this by adding more openings to the walls, but the house was still dark. Unable to do much, he decided to create a fireplace. He put it in the middle of the room, which added tons of very pretty light to it. Now it felt like he was in an ancient dwelling dedicated to the dark wizards of his former home. He liked this because he hated his family, so to spite them, he chose to do the worst imaginable thing that a wizard can do. He chose to build a shroom farm. But not just any shroom farm, a magical farm filled with psychedelic mushrooms used to enhance the powers of wizards. The magic obtained from these shrooms is dark and evil, but Duro did not give a shit. He is now his own person, and he wanted to do whatever his free mind thought of. Before creating the farm, he needed to flatten the area around the house and make sure both the landing platform and the portal are nicely lined with the ground. He removed the trees without planting new ones, and he used his drill to clean up the edges. This lengthy activity lasted until nightfall, and despite this being a pretty world, the nighttime can be quite deadly. Duro didn't worry too much though, because he had the power to defeat anyone who stepped in his way. His next goal was creating a fence so he can make sure evil bastards don't bother him or his farm too much. It took a bit of time to place the entire fence, but once he was done, he added a small fence to separate the mushroom farm from the rest. In the darkness of the night, he placed 16 mushroom seeds and created a rune monument next to them, in hopes to receive even more power from the ancient civilization that once roamed this world. Before moving on to his next project, Duro added a few fireplaces across his new home in order to both prevent enemies from appearing and add some light during nighttime. This is Duro's magical shroom farm that will only become bigger and better as time goes by. He will soon receive power from the shrooms and possibly the gods. Thanks for watching, and make sure to let me know what do you think Duro should build next. I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.